All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hibike Euphonium, our promise.
Okay.
So, another movie, yes.
Final movie that we'll be doing.
Yeah. After this, Hibike will be done as far as our reactions to it right now. But, so this is the third movie. Well, okay, no, it's complicated. But basically, there were two movies that recapped the first two seasons.
So we're not watching those.
We're not watching those, right? There's Liz and the Bluebird, which we did watch, which is a side story. And even though there technically were three movies before this, because Liz and the Bluebird was a side story, this one's called Movie 3. But,
because this one is more directly continuing Season 2?
Right, exactly. This one is considered the technical sequel.
Gotcha.
So,
interesting.
Cool. We'll have to see what that entails.
I think at the very least it's going to entail having the similar art style to the show, whereas Liz and the Bluebird was far different comparatively.
Right. Yes, I'm guessing so. And given that the full title or whatever is like Hibike Euphonium 3, Our Promise, A Brand New Day, then it'll probably cover the whole idea of new school year, new students.
Right. So it's basically
those first years we saw
beginning of the next arc.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
the Brand New Day basically being like, this is the equivalent of the first 4 episodes.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
However much they decide to have that be. Yeah. What it will cover, who knows? I'm curious to see how things are different for Catalgi, given the fact that they made it to Nationals last year, even though they got trounced.
Yep. Absolutely.
And what promising new first years they have that show up. Because
the reason why I think it's something that will be more kind of focused a little bit, not just on the characters that we knew from before, but the characters we actually got introduced to in Liz and the Bluebird is because we were asked to do Liz and the Bluebird first in terms of recording. Because there were first years introduced in that.
That's true. And it didn't focus on them too much, but
we could get that here.
We could get that here, and I would absolutely love that because the other, I believe she was an oboist, but the girl who's trying to get Mizure's attention constantly in the movie, I would love to see more of her because it's it's good stuff. It's good character stuff.
So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Movie budget.
Yeah.
Kyoto NE. Movie budget. Aw. Oh.
Nice. That's sweet.
Cool. What was that like exasperated, just relief? Wait,
hold on.
Was he thinking of confessing here?
I think he might be. Are we starting the movie with that? Oh my god, what do you like?
Are we getting an original OP?
Maybe
for the movie, or no? Just like just a casual credits beginning.
Okay.
Our boy confessed.
All right, he did it
on a bridge.
And I gotta say, is much better than.
Yeah, that's true.
So
as far as Kumiko sounds go,
right,
that is an above neutral sound.
Right, exactly.
No. Okay, how is she so amazing? She plays the bass and the bass.
Oh my god. Yes. And it's probably very similar, actually, now that I think about it, but...
And then Nakagawa with the electric guitar.
Because of course.
Wow, it feels like we're starting a season 3.
I know.
And it's like... There is no season 3. Yeah.
You'd think they'd have a lot of people that would want to join, though, after going to Nationals.
It might be a reverse thing of where they maybe feel so intimidated.
Possibly,
because they went to Nationals last time, and it's like, I'm not that serious about it.
Right.
New first year?
Maybe.
Listening?
Huh? And she has a bit of that Asuka energy, too. Yeah. Wow, she's such a Kumiko from the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, there was the first year from
Whoa.
Liz.
We are a crowd. We all want to play trumpet. Fuck!
もしかしてみっちゃんもチューバ希望？私は
Two? Wait, is that little girl gonna play the tuba?
こちらになっております。
Wait, she like
come this
takes
way.
her hand.
Yes.
憧れてましたので。だからここではっきり言っておきます。
Oh, not internationals.
ここで決めた目標を本気で最後までやり抜きたい。それとも
Uh-huh.
Gold.
Yep.
ではケツを取ります。
Midori's raising her hand like super high.
But see, the same thing happened.
Yeah.
A couple people like raised their hand because everyone else was. Yeah.
Yep.
I love these little cell phone videos of like
Yeah.
people being like, "I want to join." Yeah. It's like tryouts almost.
さっちゃんみっちゃんお先
Off
に
to a great start.
すみません。
Such-chan, Mi-chan.
みたいな呼び方やめてもらっていいですか？
Hey. Well, we are getting to know each other. Not everyone's. Yeah.
Okay.
大前
Yeah.
先輩は優しいですね。
Hmm.
めんどくさいな。
Yeah.
My heart goes out to you.
Yep. I'm trying.
Fanning her.
This is the disapproval of a 15-year-old.
Ugh.
Ugh. Terrifying. Oh.
なんだあいつら。
Oh.
どうしたの？
Oh my, that kind of drama?
なんとかしなくちゃね。 上級生が優先される可能性はありますかってい
Yeah,
う。
asking is good.
And that's good to know beforehand.
Yeah.
ないです。実力のある者
Alright.
が学年に関係なく選ばれる。
Right, but she kind of robbed Kumiko of being able to say it herself.
Right.
So to feel like Kumiko kind of hesitated there because she did a little bit. The pacing of this is really quick, I think, because it's a movie. But I
Sure.
want to get to know the first years a little bit more.
Yeah, especially compared to Liz and the Bluebird, because that was a very relaxed pace.
Yeah.
ほら、ミレイちゃんってまだ低音に馴染めてない感じでしょ。
This girl might not be the best one to talk to about this stuff.
Yeah.
なりたいと思ってましたし。本当？はい。
Ah. I don't trust that smile.
私のせいで葉月先輩まで。
Ah!
違う。私は
Those two are like this.
I love their dynamic.
ひどい。一年生の前で言うなんて。
How could you?
私、どんな葉月先輩も大好きですから。
Ah!
おお、さっちゃん、葉月先輩。
And I love that they're having this conversation with these big ass instruments
Yeah.
on.
先輩はさつきとミレイ。どちらが好きですか？
Hmm.
一緒にいる時間が長い人の方が好感が持てるよ。
Wow!
好きってことですか？でも部活的な観点で言えば演奏能力があって短時間で成果を出す方が優秀とも言える。
Killing with kindness, indeed.
I love the way the tree divides them.
久美子先輩は本当に尊敬できる方だなって。
Oh, that was a fucking lie.
Yeah. Can we go? Just, first years.
中一、元々君と意思疎通できてる。
He's just observant.
そりゃできるだろう。人間相手なんだからさ。
That's a response.
Yeah. She even had a little sparkle there, like, I'm kind of
Wow.
attracted to you.
At the very least, impressed.
Yeah.
なあ、お使いになります？もう大丈夫。ごめん、貸してもらっていい？
Oh, we didn't get to see the response.
Yeah. But Kumiko is not accepting her gifts anymore, basically.
Yeah. You don't know everyone yet. You don't need to act like you know everyone.
Oh, just like
whoa.
that.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. She seems really concerned.
Yeah.
What's she hiding?
Well, I mean, everyone's got their own lives, you know?
Right, but there's something in
Stories.
particular eating her up inside.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be like trauma. It could be
Yep.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
私は上手くなるためにこの学校に来ました。葉月先輩とかさつきとか見ていて、どうしてもイライラするんです。ミレイだって頑張ってるのに評価されない。 それは違うよ。ミレイちゃんは勝手に決めつけて壁を作ってるだけだと思う。ワンモ
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I want context for that.
Oh, nice. This is
Yeah.
cool seeing Yoraisuka doing the pom-poms.
Yuko's like, yes, I was born to be here.
Nice!
Hey!
Oh, she did it!
Way to go.
Well played.
みどりちゃんの人柄とテクニックに感動したんだって。
Oh, oh my.
嫌な光景を思い出すんですけど。
Oh my god.
This is so snappy at
great.
times. I love it.
経験者には絶対追いつけないって。
Oh,
なくなったりとか。
showing those two.
何やっても
Yep.
Yeah.
なんて下手なんだろうって絶望したりとか。
Oh.
ために職員室に。レーナじゃあるまいし。
Wow.
Wow. She's like, I'm
It's
serious.
like, I probably deserved that.
将来なんて言われてもわからないです。
First, I thought she was
Just
on the
talking
phone,
to the
then I was
cactus.
like,
Nope, just
yep, the
directly to the
talk, yeah.
cactus, yep.
Have a sensible conversation.
It's someone that won't say anything stupid
Right.
or have any first year problems, you know?
You're the only one who understands me. Wait.
Hey, they went. They went.
Yeah.
低音結構危なくないか
And Kumiko's dressed up.
Hey, Tsukamoto's so emotionally intelligent, like
Yeah.
able to sense all this stuff. Oh, and look at them! Look at them!
So they were.
They were trying to hide so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they wouldn't
yeah.
spot them. Yeah, yeah.
This is surprising.
Oh, they're holding,
hands. Isn't that a bit lewd for you, Kumiko?
Oh, oh.
大丈夫かよ
ちょっとコンクールもあるし、そういうのはなしにしようって前に言ったじゃん。
それはそうだけど
Oh, okay.
しかもこんなところでバカバカバカ。
Oh,
The delivery of that baka was great.
it was
Just gotta
amazing
say.
voice acting. Yes,
That was so good.
so good.
It felt very natural. Like,
But that's all future, you know. It's just like, oh,
I know,
my
I know.
future life. It's moving
in this place,
so fast.
Raina playing at the top.
Yep. I'm not wrong in that the pacing of the edit is like overall is really quick, right?
Well, I think it's a little quick, but then compared to Liz and the Bluebird, it's lightning fast.
No, but I mean even compared to the show.
Yeah, probably. And that dress is not your usual style.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
did you just come from a funeral, or?
Oh no, it's like it's beautiful though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's blue though. It's not black. You know?
Oh, I can't tell in the lighting.
のこととか考え
Yeah, your
Not
one
you too.
your one offhand comment to her sent her into a crisis, probably.
Yeah.
ますか。一緒にいられなくなっちゃうんじゃないかって。
About the two of you.
リズと青い鳥みたいに。
Sure.
Nice.
Oh. Oh.
Wow, way to go. Apologizing for hitting someone in an anime.
I know. They're
What is
they're
this?
perfect for each other. Like they're just
Well, I don't know about that, but
freaking shipper.
yes, unashamedly, absolutely, 100%.
自分で話す。
Okay.
She's leaving.
Yeah, probably.
恋愛相談は月料金で。
That'll be charged separately.
Nice.
Okay, now that was a good way to build the.
Yeah, have some levity in there to cut the tension, and this is a decision that she made. It's a grown-up decision, acknowledging her own limitations and things like that, and yeah.
顎関節症だって。
Oh, okay.
病院でそう言われた。今日お前相談所。
All right.
It's like
あの人。後輩に教えをこうなんて。プライドというものがあるでしょう。
Is pride such a great thing?
she's actually showing you that she doesn't have any of
Yeah.
that toxic, arrogant pride or what have you.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm not better than you.
支持する人が多かったんですか。
So
Oh,
this is a
see.
different kind of fear of it, but
Yep.
it's fear that turns to anger and frustration, basically.
Or resentment, just
Yeah,
in general. Yeah. No, I get her fear here. Yeah.
Tell her about the conversation you had with Nakagawa.
結果が出たから誰も文句を言えなかった。
Oh.
結果が出たからこれで良かったと言うしかなかった。
Ah, but then that's a lot of pressure on the person who's performing.
Yeah.
Right. And then suddenly, if I fail, if I'm not as obviously better as Reina... Wait, is she playing worse?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
now, oh, that
Oh my
similarity to
God,
the
yeah,
shot with
mhm.
Yuko.
Yeah.
何を勝手に。
久石さん
Oh. Don't my sexy discerning eyes see through all bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well played. Well played. Yeah, we're not gonna let
Let's have
you.
a talk.
Not gonna let you chicken out of this one. Oh, we're talking here too.
私はオーディション辞退するから。当たり前でしょ。こんな舐めた真似されて、コンクールメンバー譲ってもらっても嬉しいわけがない。
Yeah, not at all.
言
Yeah.
ってるじゃないですか。
You never really speak your mind, or not often, so let's hear it.
中川先輩に出てほしい。
Wow.
真面目に部
All
活
right.
で副部長まで頑張っているのに、一度もコンクールに出たことのない花。
Sure, yeah,
これは私自身の身を守るためです。
right.
勝手に人を決めつけるな。なんかあったの中学の時。
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
みんなそのボケっとした顔に油断してつい本音を言っちゃうんです。
Ah.
ボケっとはしてないと思うんだけど、鏡をお貸ししましょう。
Wow. Wow. Oh my god.
Ruthless.
でも先輩もみんなもこれでよかった。
But it actually did. It's not negative things that have the worst effect. It's the positive things that turn negative.
これだったら3年生が吹いた方が良かったねって。一番大切なのはみんなが納得できるかどうかなんだ。
And even if Nakagawa was okay with it, doesn't mean everyone else will be.
大坂先輩が出るべきだってみんなが言ったわけじゃないんです。
Ugh,
Yep.
that's true.
It's very true.
一生懸命頑張って努力して努力して努力してでも結局ダメだったなんて誰にでもあることだよ。そんなことばっかりだよ。
The repeat of the running sequence, but she's chasing after her.
Yeah.
でなくても私と夏希先輩は絶対かなでちゃんのこと守るから。
Absolutely.
だってかなでちゃん頑張ってきたんだもん。
Sweet. Okay.
久石かなで。
All three.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh!
All right. Awesome.
The best timeline.
Yep, yep,
The best
uh-huh.
iteration.
はい。
Oh. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
a-
Oh.
okay.
I mean, I feel bad for Hazuki, but
Yeah, but
it makes sense.
yep, she literally picked up the instrument last year.
Yep. But keep fight on, you know.
That's right.
Yes.
Monica will be happy to have you again.
Hey, Monica. Hey, Monica.
一雨来ませんかね。
Uh,
ハッピーアイスクリーム。
ah! Got her!
Nice.
I will be back 長話
Oh my god.
Wow.
We're already doing the training camp.
I know.
You're moving along real fast.
Who needs season 3 when you have movie 3?
Although it also kind of makes sense because,
It's about time moving too quickly, headed towards the future.
well, yes, but then also less interpersonal conflict for Kumiko.
Yeah.
高坂さん
何？
やっぱいいや
Obviously.
いろいろ考えたんだけど、やっ
Oh.
ぱり私いろんなこと同時にできない。
Oh.
それでも私と付き合っていいと思うなら、
Okay.
もう一度それを渡してほしい。
That's not a bad answer.
That's really
Like,
mature.
yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Boom.
Nice. There's a specific time frame and everything, so okay.
I know. I just love how much just they both developed as characters. They're so much more mature and just. Ah! Ah! She is.
お前ちゃん。バーよ。
Oh!
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
じゃ行くね。演奏楽しみにしてるよ。
Oh. Okay.
あれ久美子ちゃんそんなに私のこと恋しかったのいや
Yeah.
まあ
Oh my God, that was wonderful.
I cannot
was so
tell you,
great.
like, how much that meant.
Because of course they'd show up. Of course they'd show up. Okay.
This is just Kansai, so
Yep. Mm-hmm.
we got this. Got this.
Are we gonna get to see the performance? Okay.
Jacob, this is a movie.
Yeah, no, I
This is a
know,
movie.
right? Yeah.
What do you think?
Right.
You think they would actually, like...
Yeah, like they haven't really done like a full performance, yet. So
Come on,
of course they are, but
It's a new song, too.
hey, what can I say? Season 2,
No,
Maybe-
this is a movie, man.
made me have
Come
a
on.
little bit of
Come on. Ha.
Oh, I love the start.
I feel transported to another world.
Yeah.
This feels like a JRPG song, you know?
Right. Like it made me think of like if Made in Abyss was happy. Like
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely
Yeah, no, this-
like something you'd hear in like a Zelda game or a Final Fantasy game.
yeah, absolutely.
Running across the plains, seeing
With
mountains,
adorable creatures and
chocobo running in the distance.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Sounds strong.
it always blows me away when we get to see the finger movements in musical performances.
I know.
Because I'm no artist, but I feel like I know just a little bit of how ridiculous hands are to actually like show in detailed motion. Man, this song is telling a story.
Uh-huh.
Hey, yes. And we know the story behind this.
Yeah. Oh.
And we get to see it in a different art style.
Yes. And they're on the other side of that whole journey.
Yep.
Ah.
I love this piece. Like, oh, Reina did talk about
Uh-huh.
the song with regards to her and Kumiko.
I'm thinking about that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now
And
they're,
they
now
don't
they're
have to
really
play here.
now they're really hammering it in.
Right. So they just, this whole time, they can basically just dwell on it, basically. Oh, wow, the hand
was
moving
like a
almost like a
bird.
bird's wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh. What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
I love this shot. I love this shot. Yeah, they're not getting gold. Nah, no way.
KyoAni gets the gold.
Yeah. It's like, okay, KyoAni, you're already putting a spell on us. You can relax now.
This is, I think, Taki also being like, if we're gonna win gold, we have to choose a song that demands so much
Right.
more of us.
Where
It
it's
can't
like,
just be perfect.
if only
execution, it
if
has to
only
be
there was
high
like
ambition.
an award higher than gold that we could give them.
Well, right, but by him choosing a specifically hard song.
Right, it's the higher max potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because it's thinking beyond Kansai, right?
Yeah.
Because they could have probably done an easy piece and taken gold at Kansai, no problem, right?
Yeah.
And gone on to, Tokyo, I think that would be, or whatever the next, or maybe this is Tokyo and the next would be Kansai, but yeah, Kansai's the second one. Had that wrong. No big deal. Just, a high school music group.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
Oh my god! Oh. Right, Kyoto. Yeah. Right now, Tokyo. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, the fist bump. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh wait, just already.
I think so.
Nationals. Oh shit. So we really covered a lot of territory. Yeah. Leave it till the last one. Come on. Okay, yeah, come on. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. Oh.
So we're getting a full year in the one movie.
Uh-huh. Oh, she's already like, I'm fired up for next time. And
Yeah.
and the two that were goofing off and stuff, she's
And
excited
now-
to play with them. Yeah. Here comes Yuko. Mm-hmm. Our battle commander.
Yep.
Ah. Raise your
All
head.
right.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh. So we'll take all this time that we would have been going to nationals to, practice.
All right. But this means we're gonna have to say goodbye to the. Granted, there weren't too many second years from the original year, but
No, but
that are third years now. But like
not now.
Nagawa-
Not now,
but-
because it's some time before the next school year
Yeah.
actually starts. But
Right.
I think she told her about Reina in the competition prior,
Yeah.
because this is their dud gold equivalent.
Right.
We get gold, but we don't get picked as one of the three.
Yep. But
I
that
wonder
was,
how many teams are actually gold.
That's a good question. It might not be a set number. It might just be like, okay.
No. That I know.
Oh.
It's never a set number. I'm saying that how many of the golds were there, like, that were not chosen, basically.
Yeah, that is a curious thing to think about.
It's everyone could have gotten gold.
Right, theoretically. Now,
Yeah.
they might start curving
So,
the
yeah.
judging at that point.
Right. So
but-
effectively, this was a dud gold.
Yes, this
yeah.
is exactly a dead
Yeah,
gold.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Wow, what
we
a
only
movie.
we got a single
I
movie
know!
for a whole year.
So fast.
Going from 2 cores of episodes
So
to
fast!
a 100-minute movie. It's like we just got introduced to these new characters, and now we're gonna
I
get a
know.
whole nother wave
Ridiculous.
if we get
Ridiculous.
that third season.
Right.
Like a third season will mean that Kumiko will be a third year.
I know. Well, they don't have to go straight into the next school year again.
Yeah,
Just because things ended for them. It's the same thing as if, Karasuno had, lost their second match, basically.
Right.
And then it's just like, well, the rest of the year, they're just not playing in any of the matches. They have to play practice matches or something else, yeah. Wow.
I thought the movie was going to go up till and it did. It went up till all right, we ended a competition, and then it's just that there won't be anything after
Right.
that because they didn't move on to the next stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess does make it so that it's an easier place to leave off for if there does end up being a third season. Because if they did part of the competitions and stuff, but they hadn't taken nationals, that would be kind of tough to do a third season of the rest of that year,
Totally. That's a good point. Yeah, but this movie felt very much like hey, were you a fan of the show? We're just going to give you a hyper-condensed version of a lot of the stuff that you got in the show.
And there's a part of me that doesn't like that because I want more, So
Well, right. You
so
want
it's
you want it to be
bittersweet.
more punchy, I guess. No.
Yeah,
No. You wanted to linger really just on those bigger moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I loved everything that they did. It's more of just a thing of like, oh, okay.
Oh, right.
I wasn't ready to say goodbye to a lot of the now third years because I didn't even realize that was really on the table. I'm just like, okay, this is where we're going to start the next year, not like start and finish it from at least the competition side of things.
Yes. Just reminding you again, like we can still have the third season. Come back
and do the full like saying goodbye. Right.
Yeah.
Well, what the last episode of the second season was, right? Where it's the, we didn't take nationals or we got to nationals, but then we lost. But there's still time left in the actual school year.
Yeah, exactly. And that wouldn't be like one episode's worth. That could be
right.
all
Especially
kinds of
since
time.
they didn't get two nationals, there would be more time if they wanted to really focus on all of it.
Yeah, but there was a lot of time skipped. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like a gearing up for a full series conclusion. Since now we just have like whatever's left of this year, and then Kumiko's third year, and then that's probably when the series will end.
Maybe. They did talk about the future, though.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
And we have confirmed data that you do not die when you graduate high school.
Exactly. They came back to see the performance.
Asuka was still alive.
Yep. That's right. And I do like the sort of vibe impression of, oh, it feels like everything's moving too fast,
Right.
Whereas the first year it's like, oh yeah, we have all the time in the world. But then it's like, oh wait, no, we really don't.
Really don't. Yeah.
Oh boy.
おはようございます部長
Oh.
No! Oh,
that's...
北内高校吹奏楽部部長
Wow.
大前久美子ですよろしくお願いします
Nice.
Oh man! That was... That's right, because I'd forgotten whether Yuko was a third year at that point or if she was still a second year.
Yeah, she was a third year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That was a movie. And they decided to
a whole
go
school
through
year, or
an entire like band club year, basically equivalent, a season of you will, if for this sports anime
in one film.
That
is ballsy.
I think that is something that is a very like specific decision, and I could see a lot of people not being happy with it.
I could too,
because I'm guessing they cut so much material in order to make it like go this way, basically.
Probably. And it is something where with the specifically coming off of Liz, it's something where Liz, like, I could see people having the opposite problem with Liz, maybe, where it's like,
of course,
it takes so long and all that stuff. Right, you can't compare the two.
They're completely different.
But that was one of those things where, like, I love that because I'm like, yes, more content. Let's let's just keep it coming. I'm loving this stuff, right? And then it's like, oh, just yes,
I want that.
Yes,
I
please
want that,
milk this series for all it's worth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's like, it's already done.
It's going so fast.
I didn't even realize we would be saying goodbye to the new third years. I thought like the whole title.
We didn't actually.
That's true.
We didn't actually say goodbye.
Nope.
Yeah.
And like the title of the movie of Our Promise, A Brand New Day has a whole different meaning now because, going into it at the beginning, it's like, yes, it's a new year, right? And we're going to see the new characters that were introduced in Liz and things like that. And cool, right?
Right.
But then it also applies to the ending.
Yeah.
Because it's...
And we didn't actually really bring much in from Liz into this other than that was the song that they were playing.
Right. We just know that happened. And
that there are first years that we'll meet. And all the first years that they bring up are pretty much completely new first years as far as ones that they focused on.
Yep.
They're all very specific kind of shticks with regards to their characters.
Yes.
But it was Kanade that was the lion's share of the characterization.
Which makes sense. She's the most similar to Kumiko, so
she's very similar to Kumiko.
Very similar to Kumiko.
Yeah.
Big differences too, but so that was probably the first year that I was most curious to get to know, even before going into this movie, is given that there's going to be new first years, who comes in and also plays the youth, right? Because there's naturally probably going to be people that will come in on various different instruments and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Whoever is the kohai for Kumiko that's going to be an interesting dynamic. I want to see how that goes, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they ended up focusing on that, awesome, love it. Kumiko's the main character, so cool, right? That's it makes sense that would be the main part of her conflict, because that's probably naturally who she would be closest to. And the fact that there was a lot of drama to get into there and problems that needed to be worked on, awesome. But okay, so now we have that whole next year, and I feel like there's still so much that I want to do to get to know these new first years, because while we got an excellent like introduction really to Kanade, that I feel like the other characters still haven't been explored as much, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. In order to have a movie go this fast through the plot, you really can't focus on that many of the characters in any real depth. That's the part where I'd say this movie kind of hits softly. It doesn't really hit hard. It hits different, if you will. The movie basically gave us a really cool look at what would happen if Kumiko was put into a position where, like Asuka, she has to handle troublesome first year, which in some ways, from Asuka's perspective, she was a troublesome first year.
Sure.
Different ways, of course.
Absolutely.
But Kumiko was one that I think maybe for some people they knew immediately that she would do well in this kind of position there. But putting her in a position of leadership to say, we're going to have you kind of manage the first years a little bit.
Yeah.
I did not think that would be something that she would excel at to this degree.
Right.
I thought she would do fine, but I thought it would be more of a way to reveal some of the areas in which she still needs to grow and just kind of needs to rely on others to help her through a lot of this.
Right, because she has gotten experience with this kind of stuff as a result of the conflicts over the course of the seasons, but it's not her...
it's not her forte.
It's not her forte. It's not her strong suit. Yeah.
Also, one of the things that we've kind of had a little bit of a fun kind of development with Kumiko is being more and more confident with expressing her feelings as they are.
Yes.
But when everyone else is coming at her with these, like, really ridiculous issues and stuff that is making her have to adjust a lot of the ways that she does things, she can't just say exactly what's on her mind. Or wait, can she? Is that actually the perfect skill for this? Seeing her put into the position where, in a lot of ways, Kanade would be like, "Hey, is this just who you are? Is this just the kind of person you are?" And then calling back exactly to what Asuka kind of brought up to Kumiko. It's like, yeah, this is kind of who I am. Yeah. I'm not changing. I mean, I'm not saying the same. I am changing, but that is a part of me. Yeah, that is my weakness. Yes.
Yep.
So I really liked seeing Kumiko being the main character again. You know, not to compare to Liz and the Bluebird, but to basically say she is definitively the main character.
I would even say compared to a lot of the arcs in the season.
In the show, that was what I was comparing against.
Right, because the stuff that we got with Kumiko's sister towards the end of season 2, awesome. The stuff that we got with Kumiko in season 1 as she was realizing that she really wanted to get better, she wanted to play the youth and all of that, excellent, absolutely wonderful. I have said before that Kumiko as a main character is wonderful.
Stellar.
Right? She's stellar, right? And it's and she's the kind of main character that I could see people seeing her as a sleeper hit, you know, like oh yeah, she doesn't sound that interesting or whatever. But no, excellent execution on a very sort of like normal girl kind of setup, right?
Sure.
Not as aggressive of a character as some of the others in this series, so it would have been easy for her to have been like a side character, you know. But that's kind of her whole story, getting involved and, you know, playing an active part and really communicating her desires. And for that, this movie did that excellently. You know, I will always wish that I got more, you know. But with regards to Kumiko, I think they covered that really well.
Yeah, I think that's the main point here, is that if you were a big fan of the cast as a whole, they basically just used the hyper-fast editing style to give you as much as they could, which was basically, hey, we're going to lightly touch upon everyone, which is, I almost wish they hadn't done that. I wish they had just cut a couple people and just have them talking and giving announcements and playing.
Right.
But other than that, kind of just acknowledge, hey, yeah, we can't show that much stuff because we're trying to go all the way to the end of the competition. And while this had the movie structure of, at the end, we're going to have the dramatic finale with the big bombastic production of visuals, sound, and everything.
Amazing.
And it was incredible. And then the emotional final hit of, no, they did not get to go to nationals. They dud golded. And we repeat some things with regards to season 1 in that now Kanade is the one who's extremely frustrated, and Mirai is the one that's also next year going to the two that were the goofing off ones, and she's like, I can't wait to play with you next year. It's like, yes, exactly.
And there's a part of me that I feel like there's pros and cons basically because of the fact that they decided to have it be resolved in the one movie. Given the fact that it's a repeat of kind of what happened, one, at the very beginning of the show with middle school.
With season 1.
With season 1, and and the first episode for Kumiko and Reina.
The drama of senpai versus skill. And
sure, and then also the dud gold and everything. But then there's also some similarities to how it happened at the end of season 2 in that we have this triumphant thing and we're like, all right, this is going to be great, and then they fall short, right?
Yep.
They fall short from what they wanted.
Right.
Here, they didn't actually end up getting to go to nationals. Now, that is a very, structurally, that's very similar to kind of how things went in season 2. So, as a result of that, and because it's so soon afterwards, as far as amount of content, right? Like, we got the episode to say goodbye to Asuka at the end of season 2, we got Listen to Bluebird, and then we get this, and it happens again, right? On the one hand, I like that because it's if we're going to have the same thing happen, let's not have another 2 seasons of build-up to have the same conclusion, you know? I would really have wanted them to have actually, you know, at least gone to nationals, right?
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have cared. I really think that the build-up in this show is where the meat of it is, in terms of the actual, writing.
Absolutely, right.
Because it's a presentation show in that it's a sports anime in a lot of ways, where you have the dramatic presentation of, we're going to show every detail of animation and wondrous sound
all about
for
the process
for the actual performance. So those big moments, you can't have tons of them.
No.
You have to go all out on that one. So the meat is in the build up to those big moments.
No, absolutely. And from the standpoint of the story and the character writing and all that stuff, I definitely prefer the more long, attention to detail, just, lingering moments, spend time on it, all that stuff. I'm like, yes, I'm all for it.
And they still went all out in the presentation.
Oh no, yeah, totally. No, I have no
stuff there, and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm clarifying my own statement, not yours.
Gotcha.
So what I'm saying here, guys, is that by this show deciding, by the movie deciding to cover this much story, it feels like the studio is saying, we're done with Hibike Euphonium for now, and we want to give you guys a nice little send-off.
Right.
Because we don't have any immediate plans to go into more. Now, I could be wrong, and they're constantly been working in the background on season 3, and then tragedy hit, and now things are going to take a little bit longer, but it's still, there. It's just going to take even longer now. Having time with the characters that we just got introduced to, even though we're going to get more of them in the next years and stuff, which is great, I would have liked a little bit more time with the characters that were brought in even for the conflict of this.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, it was really Kanade and
Kumiko.
And
yeah.
Kumiko.
Motomu and Mirai and even Satsuki. Satsuki was fun, right? She was
right. She didn't have conflict really.
But she didn't really have conflict, right? She was there to be part of the entertainment and stuff.
She called people the wrong nickname at times.
Exactly. But Mirai's whole conflict, I thought it was interesting, but I feel like it ended before we even really got into it. The idea that it's just let them call you by that nickname, and suddenly whatever the issue is that really seemed to go deeper.
Well, no, that was just to clarify on some things there, because I think that was a part that we were both a little confused on. But I think what they were implying there was because of the relationship between those who are older and those who are younger, meaning that when you've got some people that are in your either peers or they're above you, and they're not taking this as seriously. It casts a bit of a disappointing aura of, is this real? Can I really get invested here?
Right, and wanting that extra bit of basically formality and regimen to what they're doing, because, a lot of people, and it would be one of them, she sort of champions that, are coming into this because Kitauji made it to nationals the previous year, right? So it's okay, we can come here if we want to do some serious, knuckling down and going places, basically.
Yeah,
right?
But it felt like she needed the validation from Kumiko, a senpai, in order for that nickname to be valid. Otherwise, it was going to be a thing of where it's being a thing that's only given out in a cutesy way for the people that don't seem to be taking this that seriously. But if you say Kumiko, then I'm okay with this, because you are really taking this seriously, Kumiko.
Yeah.
I respect the effort and everything that you're putting into this, not just as a leader or as a upperclassman, a senpai, but as a base, player, in our section. Like you're really taking your part seriously.
Right. There's a reason why Kumiko ended up being the president of the club for her third year.
Right.
Like that's
How she handled the first years this year, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's I feel like even if this one was shorter, there is a very good reason that they could make if we end up seeing Kumiko's third year animated, they could spend a lot more time on that one, because if Kumiko's the president, there is all kinds of conflicts that they could get into with that, right?
So many.
Yeah. So many. And not even going into her own individual personal conflicts of thinking about the future and what she's going to do with her life after high school and, all of that stuff, right? Because...
And hopefully there's source material that's at that.
Exactly. But yeah, it's... I love this show, this movie, this series, this story, and anytime that we reach an ending, there will always be a part of it that's bittersweet, and even more so for this one, I think, because I didn't realize this was going to be happening. I wasn't prepared for it. I was coming into this expecting it would be all like awesome optimism and fresh start, because with a new year and the third year's cycling out and new first years coming in, you're kind of doing a soft reboot for the series as a whole, or just the story, not necessarily series because it's a movie. Because, okay, what are the new dynamics? What are the character conflicts? Who are these new characters? Make us care about them and stuff, because going into the third year, right, for Kumiko, we're now going to have all those new first years that are now second years. And we want to have
new first years that'll need to be
new first years. And the foundation for the characters who will now be second years isn't as solid as I would like.
No, it's not.
But
it's just the unfortunate reality of the fact that this was extremely fast-paced with regards to the plot.
Yeah.
Now,
I almost wonder if that might be in response to how slow-paced Liz was.
Oh, I 100% doubt it.
Yeah.
I think it's entirely a meta decision regarding the fact that they wanted to adapt something that would be a complete package with a concert in it.
And it would be a lot where would you have the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably no reason that they could come up with for there to be a full-on performance of we're trying to make a beautiful full-on stage performance in the actual story before that performance based on the source material.
And also, if given that Liz... So, because we saw some of the performance that they did in Nationals in Liz... Right, I didn't realize that was not nationals, but at the, okay.
Oh, Liz, you mean before they went to regionals?
They didn't end up going to nationals, right? But
I see.
But we saw a bit of the performance that happened here in this film, in that movie as well, right?
Yes.
I didn't realize in that movie what the competition was that they were doing, right? So the fact that ended up being the bits that we saw was part of their final performance, right?
Okay.
For this school year.
Sure.
I could see that maybe making it be a thing where it's it would feel weird if we had a movie that delved into stuff that happens at that point in time in the school year, but this next movie that comes after doesn't reach that point.
Okay.
I could see that potentially also playing into the production side of things, and depending on how the source material goes, it might have just not spent as much time on the second year, But
and having Liz and the Bluebird to be the slow, in-depth character study focus on just the two characters. I
loved that.
Very much was enraptured by that.
Oh yeah,
it was art. It was glorious.
Because those two characters were basically the equivalent of what the first years were for this movie, but from the second season, because they were kind of new characters. You had Nozomi, who wasn't around. She was joining, like she had. I was using a lot of like weird
leaps
verbiage
of indirection. There.
Right.
Okay.
But she had just recently rejoined the club, right? That's what happened in season 2.
Yeah.
And then for Yorozuka,
she was extremely quiet.
She was so quiet, we didn't even really know she existed, right?
Yep.
Like she was there in the shots from like season 1,
right?
But she didn't exist as a character, right? Like not really. So getting that in-depth focus of let's just focus on these two characters, tell their story, and sure, there's an adorable other first year that's kind of there too, you know.
The developments this movie, though, being ones that were rapid pace, I feel like the ones that were handled really well, though, are all on the Kumiko side of things. But there are a couple that are like adjacent to Kumiko that I really liked. One of them is the Tsukamoto one, where he as a person feels so much more emotionally attentive in a way that makes him feel mature. And it felt like one of the underlying themes of the movie that got a little bit more like hammered in was like the idea of thinking about your future, but thinking about it in a way that's like realistic.
Sure.
And one of the things that the Liz and the Bluebird song kind of makes the point of is that the future will not necessarily contain the people that you know and love and care about present.
Yep.
There. They won't necessarily be there. So Reina having this kind of maybe a bit protective look around Kumiko. I wish that was explored more, but I noticed it. Tsukamoto kind of having this little breakup moment with Kumiko where it was like, hey, you know, the end of the year or at the end of this whole, you know, thing, like if you still want to date me or you still want to go out with me, you can give this back.
And surprise,
that was really sweet.
And surprise, that ended up coming a lot sooner than they expected. So, silver lining. But
what if they had a couple vice president and president of the Wind Ensemble?
Oh no, Tsukamoto wouldn't be the vice president. I don't think
he could actually.
But it's totally going to be Sapphire.
He's charismatic. He listens really well.
Yeah, that's true. The Tsukamoto of this film versus the Tsukamoto of the previous seasons. This Tsukamoto definitely could.
Yeah. He had multiple moments where he was very much aware and understanding of other people's plights in the situation.
And taking action to bridge any gaps.
Yeah, it felt like, if anything, it would be hard to say where he took too much action because he wasn't really focused on as a perspective character that much.
Right, and we didn't see how he interacted with people that he didn't have a crush on. So, you know, with the class or with the club as a whole, right? It might.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, who knows how that would work, but
that was just a passing thought. But the other thing that I thought was just really well handled in the like adjacent Kumiko stuff is everything to do with Nakagawa.
Yes.
Nakagawa as a character is like my sleeper hit favorite character.
I
like
love
unironically,
Nakagawa. She is wonderful.
She's way up there. Like if I was to make a character tier list for Hibike Euphonium, Nakagawa is an S tier character.
She really is.
And it's a subjective S tier, like hard. Because there are other characters that totally deserve to go up there. But I would limit my S tier amount, so I wouldn't put like 90% of the cast up there, to basically say, no, this is my feelings on it.
Yep.
Nakagawa to me is I like her character more than Yuko.
Oh, right.
And not just because of the fact that Yuko was antagonistic towards Reina in season 1. I like Yuko at like an A tier level.
Right.
But the stuff with Nakagawa this movie felt so strong considering where she's been in the show.
Yes. And like the fact, the biggest reason that I have for why I am, a bit upset about the fact that we covered their entire band performance year in one film is because the fact that basically theoretically, other than like a goodbye after this film, like the start of a theoretical third season or something, the fact that this could be all of the content that we get with Nakagawa and also Yuko and the two of them together and all of that.
Yorozuka, Ozumi.
Oh, yes, them too. Yeah. But specifically Nakagawa and Yuko, outside of them coming back to see performances or something,
And
that is
being
absolutely
in a long-standing committed relationship with each other.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. But that feels absolutely criminal to me.
I know.
Because
but yeah, I really love the stuff that they did with her because her being a euphonium player allowed the chaos ball of almost a little bit of terror that Kanade was in the beginning to really shake things up a bit.
Yep.
And I would really chalk up a lot of that to how well they did the little bits of character animation between all the euphonium players. Like they were really good.
Kanada specifically, I feel like was handled really well because one of the things
aggressive introduction.
Yeah, an aggressive introduction, and it's tough because they also went for a multi-layered introduction, kind of, where we didn't necessarily understand exactly what was going on with her.
Right.
There were a lot
Whether
of mixed messages, basically. Yeah, and doing that in a film is dangerous.
Like, you spend a lot of time on it.
You spend a lot of time on it, and you don't have a lot of time in movies in general. So what you spend it on is very important. Doing that in a show, absolutely, right? Like
doing that in a movie that's in almost a season 3 equivalent.
Right. Yeah. Doing that in a movie that's already going to be hyper condensed from what
feels
it
like it's
would
a
have been.
one cour season, basically.
Right.
Which isn't that bad, but that's about a third of the length. If you think.
But then it's like, oh wait. Technically, this was still kind of 2 cour equivalent from what the seasons covered, right?
Oh yeah, in terms of the season, but in terms of it would have been a one cour season.
This would have been a 1 cour season, right? And,
sure.
And it totally would have worked as a 1 cour season. But so then on top of that, to have all of this like needing to figure out the mystery that is Kanada, right? That was.
I think it's Kanade, but
Kanada. Yeah. I'm not sure, but
so.
Either way, that was a bold move. A lot of it, I think, paid off.
Yeah.
I think it might have kind of made it so that then there was less time to spend on the other characters, in the film.
Yeah, that was their commitment, was that basically it was going to be Kumiko first, Kanade second.
Right. And I like that decision. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to have a new character be one of the main cast.
Right, exactly. If it was just old cast, then where's the conflict, right? They would have already resolved it,
Otherwise it would feel like melodrama or something.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But bringing up the source of the conflict with the idea of first years and third years, I liked the idea that we kind of forgot that was even a thing. One of the things that the second season of Hibike Euphonium kind of brought up to us a little bit was that we've got bigger problems than a lot of people's personal drama. But this movie brought it up in a way that I felt like was really a really good refresher, if you will, that while a lot of people come to the Wind Ensemble to be like, we're going to go to nationals, we're going to do this, we're going to perform really well, there's a lot of ego and personal pride, insecurity, and just general nervousness, the humanity of it all that gets wrapped up in this idea of we're performing, and oftentimes we end up performing against each other, not because we're trying to showcase that we're better at this than anyone else, but because we really want to win gold at nationals. So having a character come in that goes, I don't trust this situation here.
And she gets downright nasty because of it.
Yeah, she got really close to being manipulative in a way that would have tried to pull Kumiko as like an ally.
Right, like that whole conversation where she's trying to like almost recruit her socially.
Yeah, or trap Kumiko in some way.
That was
Kumiko's
great.
just like, I don't play these
You're gonna
games.
realize that I really have a terrible personality.
Right.
So you're barking up the wrong tree. Like,
yeah, you'd be better with someone who's almost less kind than me.
Right, exactly. Like you say that I'm like, yes, I haven't been the best with conflict and confrontation in the past. That being said, though,
I've learned a couple things from some people that
I've been around the
in some
block,
ways
kid.
a little bit
Like,
tougher than me.
Yes, right.
I love the idea that Asuka was basically this guardian deity angel. She is literally like the guardian deity of Kitauji, where she just kind of floats above the shoulder.
She felt
of
like
Kumiko.
a Jiminy Cricket, like
except like a
that like wasn't there and much more terrifying,
much more neutral Jiminy Cricket.
Right,
or,
but it's the like, the helpful sort of like, like whisper from behind the shoulder, when she's not actually there, of like, hey, here you go. Like every time that Kumiko played Hibike Euphonium,
Yeah.
that was
It was really good.
that was really great.
So, nostalgia, third year emotional bait aside, I feel like this movie was a really, really good way to bring up a full band year, if you will, of content in just a package. But I personally would have loved about 20 to 30 minutes more.
Oh, easily.
Like I think that actually you don't need to have this be a one cooler thing. I think you could have done just a little bit more and it would have been fine. But this was so beautiful and so just
it was
impactful
freaking
at
gorgeous.
those moments when just the character animation was just going crazy.
Yep.
And then they graced us with a long song. I mean, that was not a short song.
No.
In some ways, I don't
wasn't.
think it was necessarily that much longer in terms of actual minutes, but in terms of percentage, I think from the song that they did in the show,
because
I think it was quite a bit longer.
Because they in Kumiko's first year, they did two songs. They did two songs.
Well, yeah,
and they had
yeah,
like the 12 minutes or whatever, right?
Yeah, but I'm just talking about in terms of this song here. I wonder if we can actually just look at this and just
if
get
we
the
look at when
actual
they're
runtime.
doing the performance and when it starts.
Yeah, let's see here. What time is this? It's about 1:20.
Yeah. In 2023. And then
So let's go effectively 1:20, right?
sure. Yeah. And then yeah, this is a long performance.
Yeah.
It's like 8 minutes.
It's about 9 minutes actually.
Oh man.
Yeah. Probably about 8:40 or 8:50.
That
That's
is
a
a
song.
treat. That is a treat. Like
That is a treat.
oh my
indeed,
god.
yeah.
Like it was, and the fact that it looks so good the entire time. Like oh man, I felt so torn because I wasn't sure which to marvel at more and like pay the most attention
sound
to,
or the
like to focus on
visuals,
the sound or the visuals, because both were amazing.
Yeah. But okay. We are going to just have to accept that based on this adaptation,
Yeah.
the only thing really left in their high school lives is this next year.
Yep. With Kumiko as the president, which
Kumiko as the president.
I am so happy about that. Like that was a wonderful way to end the film.
I know Sapphire is not necessarily everyone's first pick for vice president. But if you had to choose someone else that is a third year now, so one of the
Original first years, yeah.
the original first years, who would you pick?
Okay, I don't know if I would actually pick one of the original first years.
So you'd pick someone else that was a first year
That would like a new first year maybe from this movie.
Oh, so you pick a second year.
Or right, yeah, someone who's a second year now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
because if it other than Midori, like, I mean, theoretically Reina, but she's not.
No,
She's not a leader though.
No,
like she
I-
leads by action, sure, but she wouldn't do too great in that role. I don't think.
Right. I also don't think she would accept it.
No, I don't think so. She
It's
would,
not a thing of where you just demand, you're vice president.
right.
It's like,
and she would want to focus on playing the trumpet, right? Like,
Right.
Like whereas Midori, she'd be like, hell yes,
Yes.
right? And everyone would.
I will help your love lives and also your music. Let's do our best.
And if anyone is giving you shit, they'll have me to deal with. Like
I will sick my Genki girl on
Right.
them. Yes.
someone who plays the contrabass. Do you think that I would possibly be afraid of anyone? I'll hit them with that shit.
Yeah, I also feel like she covers a little bit of the other side of things that Kumiko lacks a little
Yes,
bit.
exactly.
Which is a bit of that, like,
Directness.
rah, 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 you know?
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But okay, this just really makes me want season 3.
I know.
Even more, even though I know it's probably not anywhere close to being a thing. I know Kobayashi's Dragon Maid season 2 is the next KyoAni show production.
And also...
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I will also just say, just for the sake of saying it, I know this is silly and would never happen, but you know how sometimes there will be like films and it'll be like, one film to like sum up sort of like a core of anime, like a short season or something?
Sure.
I kind of want the reverse. Of like, okay, so we got this movie and it's a wonderful movie, but let's just, for the sake of like, for the people who want more, let's just do like a 1 core season, just because.
That's a side story of the side story.
You know, it could get into a lot of...
So now in this one, we focus on Yuko and Nakagawa's budding romantic relationship.
Fuck yes. But, like... or, who knows, maybe there are some first-year trumpeters in Reina's group, you know, that she would talk to.
Tsukamoto becomes the vice president we all knew he could be.
Yeah, that really Tsukamoto would be the one other than Midori.
Reina's attempts. Yeah, you could have it be like
Reina realizes her feelings for Kumiko, and that because that is one thing I will say. The way they handled the romance in this movie, I loved, and I loved that Kumiko's little offhand comment to Reina of like, "So, what would you do if Taki asked you out?" And she's just
so
like,
much shipping fuel.
No, I know, so much shipping fuel, right? But it kind of sent her into this crisis of like, wait, hold on. Hold on.
That's mean.
Totally.
Yeah.
But like then she started asking Kumiko afterwards, so you think about your future? Because I'm really thinking about my future right now. Like, yeah.
But Jacob, you chose this show.
I did, and I'm so happy I did.
And now, what's next?
Well, what is next? That's a good question. It's a series that I've pretty much wanted to watch since I heard about it.
Which is a while ago now.
But
it's not an old show.
No, it's not an old show. It is a new show. You may not have heard of it, actually. It's called Kakushi Goto.
Okay.
And I am, from what little I've heard about like the premise of kind of the, what the show's about.
It's very up your alley.
It's very up my alley. Apparently it has a really awesome father-daughter relationship.
Cool.
And
there's writing involved. Or is it drawing?
I don't know.
I think he's a writer or something.
Well, what I've heard is that it does a really good job of balancing the super like serious drama, potentially sad stuff, and then also the wholesome, wonderful, happy, funny, great. Right. And like,
so it's another sweetness and lightning thing, but maybe more comedy rather than.
I have no idea, but
wholesome, just fluff.
But yeah, I definitely. If it's similar to Sweetness and Lightning, then I am there for it.
Okay, so that'll be what's coming up next, y'all. So if you want to see the first episode's reaction and discussion to that right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.